I grew up and was born into a military occupation in occupied Hawaii. My father as well, my brother, my uncle, my two cousins, my grandfather, we were all born into a U.S. colonial occupation in the Hawaiian archipelago. And as a structure, it has oriented our lives. At the same time, it is a structure that also has extended a colonial relationship, a settler colonial relationship. And so these two things together for me have inundated in such pernicious and pervasive ways my entire existence, even here in so-called Canada and this settler state as a professor at the University of Toronto. That being said, the kind of colonial occupation that exists under Zionist settler colonialism of Palestine and Palestinians, as Leanne already put it, is a different degree and accelerated kind. To see the breaking free of Gazans from the world's largest open-air prison, a containment site where a majority of the population of Palestinians are already made to be refugees, was an expression and a movement and a feeling of jubilation for that kind of freedom and liberation to actually occur under a intense, brutal, murdersome Israeli military occupation. So in that jubilation, I was very energized by what, not to take away from that in particular, but what Kanaka Maoli, Native Hawaiians, Hawaiian nationals might learn in a similar way like Leanne was suggesting. What might we learn from this liberation struggle? And at the same time, how might we stand in solidarity with Palestinians fighting for their freedom, for their liberation from that containment, from that occupation, from this system of apartheid, and from an ongoing genocide? It is incredibly important for me to sit in that position, especially in the context that in Hawaii, we tend to exceptionalize ourselves as Indigenous people under military occupation or experiencing settler colonialism. And it is an important agenda for me politically to align and bridge with others that are experiencing that same condition, those relations of domination, but also those structures of occupation. And so on October 7th, I made a public statement from Toronto to stand in solidarity with Palestinians. And I was completely demonized. My words were mischaracterized by conservative right-wing Toronto-based press. My colleagues at the University of Toronto sent emails to my department chair, likely calling for my sacking or at least disciplinary action. And I do not regret what I said because I believe in free Palestine just as much as I believe in free Hawaii.